video that it be good to see you on the video, though as I'm talking to myself.
It's only me and sister only in the video. So please, others, join in the video so that she could hear. Thank you, Radhika sister. So sister,
Yeah.
we'll start then, yes.
Okay. So how was your week, Radhika? I know last week we were sharing and you said you will share this week.
Yeah, I feel totally lost sometimes. I know I listen to what you're encouraging us to learn, but I sometimes can't make the difference. I think it's just, I don't know. I think I know, but I don't think I know why that's happening. I get just sucked into the situation, and then I can't differentiate between my supreme self and what's happening. And I try to focus, but it's just only for a few seconds, few minutes kind of thing. It's not something sustainable. And I do get a bit frustrated because of that, sister. But I'm going to see this through. And like you suggested, when I can come into the center, I would definitely do that. Getting myself more organized because I live by myself and I have a puppy. So that's just for my emotional support. And I'm hoping that I will get to a position where I can leave him at least for 2 hours and then drop in and come and spend that time for myself just to be peaceful.
Right. Yeah, it helps. The vibrations in the atmosphere help practice what we're learning. And yeah, I mean, we've sent some guided meditations in the group, so you can listen to that even if you're not able to do it yourself. To start with, you can listen to that. And
yeah, I saw that this morning.
And I've sent the handouts of the lessons we've done so far. So study them, make notes. It's basically to keep our minds and intellects, filled with something of truth, of positive aspects of life. Then slowly it becomes a habit. Initially, we have this habit of thinking too much or worrying. But as the whole day, we fill our minds with positive thoughts, then it becomes easier. So it's a practice. There's nothing to feel bad about. We've been through this for a long period of time. So now it's time to just practice. So every time you feel something, listen to something that will calm you down. Okay, so Anita, would you like to share? You can just come on the audio and share.
Om Shanti, sister.
Shanti.
I'm just with my boy. He's just sitting next to me and he's watching TV and there's nobody at home.
Okay.
My mother-in-law is working and I'm just sitting with him. So that's the reason the video is not on.
No problem.
He's here. So I've been doing practicing, to be honest. I'm a bit of peace now, to be honest. I'm thinking myself very calmly before I'm reacting to any situation. I'm doing my meditation 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes before going to bed. That's all I can give to myself at the moment. But that's really helping me now. It's not that bad now. I'm not getting that severe anxiety which I was getting. I'm getting better. To be honest, I'm still taking my medication for anxiety, but I'm calmer than I used to be.
It's good. And more importantly, it's a practice of soul consciousness. The more I practice that I am a being of light and seeing others as light, being peaceful, but also seeing others as those peaceful beings, then help. Because that is a core practice of Raj Yoga, is a practice of soul consciousness. And that being of light, I'm that peaceful being. And the more I practice it, the more it starts to become natural. And then connecting to Shiv Baba, connecting to the Supreme, then that gives us the power to face anything. Lindsay, you want to share anything? You can share just with your unmuting yourself, even if you're not able to come on the video.
Lindsay has missed a few classes, but I posted most of the videos. Hope she has watched, and if she can speak.
Okay, she says she doesn't have access to audio, so maybe she can only hear and not actually respond. Okay, so you can put a point maybe in the chat so we can know something of what you've been practicing or what you're experiencing. Okay. Does anyone remember last lesson, what we did? Okay, Lindsay saying you do a 10-minute meditation when you come. Okay, that's good. Anybody would like to share what we did? Good. Thanks for that. What we did last week, anyone remember? Recap. Ritika and Anita. I think Lindsay probably was not there.
Shanti sister. Last time you mentioned about karma, that how bit by bit it adds up, and then it happens in different births. And so it's not what you are just doing this birth, but from previous birth as well you are suffering.
Then we talked about how connecting to Baba, we're able to enlighten that account of all the other births. And for this birth also, then Baba's teaching us about being so conscious and do any action, right? Then that action becomes selfless. And because of that, you're able to give and not create any more account of sorrow. So we saw that we have two accounts, the account of sorrow and the account of happiness, and how we can increase this account of happiness. And so today we're going to look at a lesson which is called as the drama, the cycle of drama. And this is also an important lesson to understand. Understanding that I am this being of light, understanding the Supreme Soul, God. It's also important to see what is my part in this drama. remember, I think about 2-3 sessions ago, we talked about how we all are actors and we come down to play our parts in this world drama stage. You remember that? And so today we're going to talk about what is the drama? What is that beginning, middle, and end of this story that we all are part of? And it's a very simple story. It's not something that we don't know about. It's perhaps we go through every day, we see this. And we often give this example of little children. Little children who wake up in the morning and all they want to do is play. They go to the playground and they're playing with everybody, very happy. They don't remember their parents, they don't remember their home, just enjoying and playing with others in the playground very happily. And through afternoon, perhaps they start to feel a little bit hungry, and so they'll start to remember their parents or home a little bit. And then by afternoon, evening, with the same ones whom they've been playing, they start to fight a little bit. This is mine, this is yours. And they're a bit more hungry, getting a bit upset, start crying even. And they're really then by nighttime, they're calling out. They want to go home. Some of them are hurt. And then they're looking for the parents. And then the parents come, they take them home, they clean them, put them to bed, they sleep. And then the next day morning, it's the same story. They come to the playground and they start playing. So it's our story. It's all of us, the souls, who are with Shiv Baba, our parent in the supreme world, in the soul world. And we come down to play our parts. And so this drama cycle is a cycle that is made up of the characters of soul, all the souls, the supreme soul, matter, the 5 elements, and time. So this drama has these 4 elements. So there is souls, supreme soul, matter, the 5 elements, and also time. And so when this drama begins, we can talk about the drama as how it starts is with happiness. Any drama, if you see even in theaters, usually it starts with happiness. And so we kind of divide the drama cycle into 4 different parts. So the first part we call as the golden age or Satyug, the age of truth. And so in this age, everything is new. And the world is completely new. And so the 5 elements are new. There's purity, there's abundance. It's a kingdom of truth. So you can call it the paradise or heaven, where there's only happiness and purity. And they even say that in this kind of a world, like the lamb and the lion drank water from the same pool, meaning that there was non-violence even between the animals. So in a world where there's complete purity, complete happiness and abundance. And so this age is called as the golden age, where everything is one. We talk of one religion, or the religion of the deities. Deities is meaning a religion of divinity, divine virtues. And then there's a kingdom of the deities, divine human beings. And so everything is one here, one language, one kingdom, and one religion of divinity. And then there's another law, apart from the law of karma, there's another law that operates in this world of 5 elements. And that is called the law of entropy, which means that anything new has to become old. Does anything new always stay new here? Even if you lock it up in a cupboard, after a while, it starts to become old, right? It's the effect of the elements, and it is part of the law here that it starts to lose energy. In the same way, the happiness that's there, the purity that's there, slowly starts to reduce. So the golden age starts to become silver age, the second part. And in silver age, again, there is everything one. So it's still the world of happiness. You can still call it the heaven. You still call it paradise, but it is less. There's less purity, less happiness, less of everything. And still there's no conflict, but the degree is less. Like how when you build a new house, the initial first few months is like really fresh. Everything is fresh. You can smell the paint of the house, and then you can see that it's really fresh. It's new. And after a year or 2 years, you would still call it as a good house, but it's not new, right? So it's like that the world is still okay. There are no conflicts, but it's a little less newer. So this is why it is called as a silver age. Golden age, gold is highly valuable, is not tarnished by anything, but silver is a little bit affected, so less valuable. So in the golden age, it's the kingdom of the deities, and it's the silver age is also the kingdom of the deities. It's still one religion of deities, one kingdom, and one language. But then something happens after silver age. We've reached half of the cycle. Because in golden age and silver age, one thing that really holds us is that we are soul conscious, in the sense we know that we are souls. We are not this body. And so there isn't anything like crying over death, because there isn't anything like death, because we know we are going to go from one body to another. We don't remember our previous births even there, but we will live our full lifespan, and we will leave the body and take another, go to another womb. And so we are aware of that. Yeah, we are aware. Even now you see maybe our great-grandfathers or even our grandfathers and grandmothers, they sort of knew when they were going, right? They would say something like, okay, I'm ready to go, or I want to go, or at least there is that feeling. And so just imagine if that feeling is complete, and we're very clear that yes, we are going to go leave this body and go. So there is no sorrow there of going from one body to another. We are aware that we are souls. And most importantly, also, children are born out of the power of yoga in golden age and silver age. So there is no lust there, there is no body consciousness there. And so it's a very pure land, pure world at that time, golden age and silver age. But as time passes, so the new starts to become old, And one of the main things that we lose as we go from Silver Age, half of the cycle, into Copper Age, Dwapar Yuga, we start to, the first thing we lose is the purity. So we do not have, because slowly we start to become body conscious from soul conscious. So we start to identify ourselves as bodies rather than the light, the soul. And so the first time, just imagine that transition where slowly our vision is going from the soul to the body. And because our vision changes, we do not have the power to have children through the power of yoga, through the power of our thoughts. And so then we indulge in physical aspects to have children, and then that is the fall of the deities. And this is mentioned as a memorial in many religions even. The fall of the deities is there and is mentioned in the Hindu scriptures, but is also mentioned in Christianity as Adam and Eve, when they ate the forbidden apple. So there is a memorial that how we fell from that pure state into slowly impurity. So in Copper Age, even though we have wealth, but we don't have purity. And so because we lose our purity at that time, we start to search. It's a big thing to lose purity. It's part of our identity, in fact. And then we lose it. And so we look, we search. And that search is the devotion. So that's when we remember God for the first time ever in the cycle. Just imagine in Golden Age and Silver Age, we don't need to remember God. We don't need to remember Baba because we are happy. We're just enjoying playing our parts, playing our roles. But when we fall and we lose our purity, that's the first time we are searching for that purity. And so we remember, like how a child falls and gets hurt. And the first thing the child says is, Amma or Appa, the first thing. Because as soon as you get hurt, you remember your parent, and that's how it is then. That as we fall and we lose our purity, we start to remember Baba. And so we build temples. So Copper Age is the path of devotion, where devotion first begins. When we lose our purity, then we start devotion, we remember God. Until then, we don't remember Him at all, with the need to. And then now we remember God and we build temples, Shiva temples, with the Shivlingams, which represent the point of light. Perhaps initially there was just diamonds that we used to keep, and then that reflects light, and we used to see that light as God, God's light. And then later on, we had all these lingams of stone, and we used to put the dot in between that denotes his form. But as time passed by, then we started to build temples to even deities like Lakshmi Narayan, Sita Ram, our own ancestors or our own previous births. We forgot that we were the deities. We became because of losing purity, we became human beings from deities. And so we forgot that we belong to that clan of deities. So that is happening on one side. And then the other religions start to come now. You see, from the beginning, not every actor is on the stage. They're all in the soul world. And slowly, we start to come down. right? Slowly we begin to come down. So in Golden Age and Silver Age, there's few souls. And then other souls start to come from the Copper Age. So through the cycle, the souls are coming down and the population is increasing, we are seeing. Whenever the part begins of a soul, they come down and they start to play their part. So from the Copper Age onwards, other religious leaders start to come. And so the first one who comes is Abraham. So he comes at the beginning of the Copper Age, and he is establishing the Islamic, he's called as the father of the three religions, actually, Christianity, Jewish, Christianity, and Muslim. And so he plants the seed for those religions, and especially the first that came was Jewish. And so he talks about many things. He talks about the commandments. He talks about, bringing, because there is no purity anymore. And so to bring some sort of discipline back, they create some rituals, some understanding. And then comes, after Jewish, Buddha. Buddha comes and he talks about not so much about God, but he talks about the Eightfold Path. He talks about karma. He talks about reincarnation, taking responsibility for your actions, because you can see how the world is going from Sato Pradhan being completely pure to Tamo Pradhan. You can see that it's going in that direction. And so Buddha comes to share about this, that take responsibility for your actions, see what your actions are giving you as consequences. And so he talks a lot about karma, reincarnation, and all that. So souls that belong to those religions are constantly coming down from the soul world, and the population is increasing. And then after Buddha comes Christ. And Christ talks about love for God, love for prayer, love for brotherhood. Because by then the rituals have become quite just ritualistic, with no meaning behind them. And so he comes to bring back some sort of truth, a grain of truth. And this we can say how it is when a house is becoming old. You built a house and it's constantly becoming old day by day. So then some cracks appear, some dampness comes. And so then you kind of try to make it okay. It's still becoming old, but little bit here or there you try to. And these religious fathers are like that. They come to slowly help a little bit the world that's going down so fast, to help steady it.
You want me to share the picture, sister? That tree one, or you have one?
Yeah, I can share. This is a cycle, so if you'd like to share the cycle, yeah.
I have the tree one here, like 1 second, sister.
Yeah, so you can look for a cycle and you can
Yeah.
share.
Tree also. I have the cycle one if you want.
Yeah. Okay.
It's in Tamil. You need to put it.
Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, it's in Tamil. Don't have. I'm looking for one in the English one.
That's okay. You can keep this. We can. You don't have to know the writings. You can just
Yeah.
explain anyway. So yeah, we're talking about the first quarter is Satyug, the golden age, and then the silver age, and then the copper age, and then the iron age, right? So we're still in copper age, and so copper age, you have Christ coming in. Christ shares about universal brotherhood and all of that. And then as it happens, then from copper age turning into Iron Age, Kali Yuga. Hmm? So where do you think we are now? Hmm. So it's not something that's too hard to guess, and most people agree today, especially, that we are in the Iron Age. So an iron is a metal that's really even rusts so much that you can't even tell what material it is by the end of it. It completely loses its identity, and that's how we are today, that the soul has lost everything in terms of the identity. And so we go from golden to silver to copper and iron. So the Iron Age is Kali Yuga, and at this point when everything is dark and completely ignorant, and then you have the Muslim religion come, and then you have towards the end the Sikh Dharam comes. So all the other religions are all coming and sharing their bits of truth, but yet the world is still going into degradation, right? And so now, one thing to understand is that this drama is like a cycle. Remember the story we said, the parents come, take them, and then the children come back. So it's like a cyclical. The drama is cyclic. It's not just linear, that you have a beginning and an end and that's it. Anything that's self-sustaining has to be a cycle. Like, you look at around you, you look at the seasons. It happens automatically, nature. It's nature. And so you have spring, you have summer, you have autumn, and then you have winter, right? So it is a cyclical in nature. And in the same way, water cycle. So how does rain happen? So you have the clouds evaporating and the rain comes, and then again the clouds. So it's like cyclical. And the other thing is like when you have a child and you become young, and then adulthood, and then old age, and then a child again. So everything in this world, if you see that's sustained by itself, is cyclical. So in the same way, the drama is also a cycle, which means that it goes and repeats. So if you have a golden age, silver age, copper age, iron age, then what comes next? The golden age. And so just imagine now, looking at the world today, it's completely iron age. And how can this world turn into golden age? It cannot be done by human beings who are here. We are taking it down even further and further. And so it has to be an energy, a light that is outside of the cycle, who can come and help us change, transform, and transform the world too. And so that is the task of the Supreme Being, Shiv Baba. And so this little, you can show the picture, brother. So there's a little age called as the confluence age, Sangam Yuga.
Which one, sister?
The cycle, what you showed before.
Oh, cycle.
And so that little age is called as the transition age, the confluence age, Sangam Yuga, or the diamond age. The sense that we souls go from golden, silver, copper, iron, and become diamonds so that we can go back to golden age. And so that confluence age is, the little age is the time when we become aware of who we are again. We become aware of who we are. We become aware of who Shiv Baba is. We become aware of the cycle itself. Perhaps this is the only time in the entire cycle we are aware of the cycle. So if you see in the picture, it's showing that the time shows nearly 12. So that little transition period is the confluence age. And so, as we are listening to this knowledge, as we are understanding this cycle, we can only say that we are now in the diamond age, because no other time in the entire cycle will we hear this knowledge or even know about this cycle or know about ourselves. And so we just play our parts through the cycle: golden age, silver age, copper age, iron age. But at this time in the confluence age, we get to really know ourselves, Shiv Baba God, our home, and the time, what time we are in. And so the confluence age. And so Baba comes at this time to teach us, to make us worthy like deities, and to take us all back home, all the souls. It's time to go back home, really. It's like we saw in the children, right? At night, when everybody's fighting and crying and calling out, and that's exactly how the world is today. And Baba has come, the parent has come to take us back home. But before he could take us back home, we have to become pure. We cannot go back home. We cannot fly back home to the soul world without the soul actually becoming pure. And so one of the main ways that Baba teaches us that how we souls can become pure is through the power of yoga, power of remembrance. And as I connect my mind and intellect to Shiv Baba, aware that I'm a soul, then slowly the soul starts to become pure. Otherwise, I also settle accounts through suffering, through physical illness, through relationships, whatever kind of settlement is there, feeling guilty, regret, that is another kind where I can become pure. But becoming pure through the power of yoga then also enables me to imbibe divine virtues. So I'm actually becoming a deity, a divine human being from a human being. And God makes this happen. We often give this example of how God is a teacher. So it's like in a school, this is a world spiritual university, right? This is a godly spiritual university. And so, in a law college, you have lawyers teaching, and the students graduate as lawyers. And in a medical university, you have the doctors teaching, and the students graduate as doctors. So here we have God teaching us. We have the Supreme Soul teaching us. And so what do we graduate as? We don't graduate as gods. There's only one God. But we do graduate as divine human beings with divine qualities, or in other words, deities. So Baba makes us like himself. Any parent, any teacher would like to make us similar to themselves. They give everything they have, they teach. A teacher will teach everything they know to the students, everything. Even in a Gurukul, if somebody is teaching them, the gurus, they teach everything they know, even the Brahmastra and all the tricks and tricks of the trade. They teach everything so that they can become like them or even more elevated than them. And so Baba is the same. Baba is the father, the mother, the teacher, the Sadguru. And so he's teaching us at this time in the confluence age how to become deities through study. Through study and yoga, we become deities, but also we become pure and we go back home. And so we're helping Baba, we're helping God in this transformation of the world transformation from hell into heaven. The changing the world into fire. But that happens, first of all, changing my own world inside. My world inside starts to become pure, it starts to become happy, peaceful. And so inside me, my world starts to become really like heaven, and then outside the world itself is transformed into heaven. And so we are at this time, the confluence age, where it is time for all souls to go back home. So whoever has come in this drama, in all the people that you have read in the history, whether it's politicians, whether it's great people who have achieved great things, or whether it's religious fathers or anyone it may be, or freedom fighters or the gurus, anyone it may be, they are all here. They are all here. Nobody has gone back home. And this is why the population is just increasing. It's not reducing, because once you come down, we are just here taking different births, different costumes, and playing our parts. And so we all go back home together. Baba often tells us like how in a drama stage, everybody, all the actors are there till the end. And then they come and together at the end, and they take a bow, right? And so nobody goes back in between. And it's the same thing here. Nobody can go back in between anyway, because the souls are impure. And so the understanding that we are now in the confluence age and Baba has come to make us pure so that we can all go back home, and some will start to come in the golden age and silver age. Is it making sense so far? Do you have any questions so far?
You said we all like the play, we all come together. But when you die, does it mean only our souls come together like that? Is it? So human body we won't have, isn't it?
We die many times, no? When we come to souls, we don't go back with body.
Ah,
You're right. We
okay,
don't go
it's
back.
a soul. Okay.
Only the souls go back. It's a soul world. So we souls come from up above, and we take many births, we take different bodies, take many births, and we all go back home together, but we will come at our own time in the cycle. We all don't come together, but we all go back together.
Together. Thank you.
Anita, you were sharing something?
I really enjoyed the way you explained the process, as in like how we are here and how we're gonna go back. I really liked it. I really liked the process to understand that this is the thing and this is what it's gonna take you back. I really liked it. Thank you.
Yeah, this understanding of drama, we only get it at this time. And it's really wonderful to understand this, because we often are caught up with just a few things around us and a few souls around us and a few situations happening around us. But when we understand the world drama, we see the bigger picture. See?
Yes, I agree now, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was really the way you explained it. I I was amazed. Thank you.
Yeah. And so we continue to see the bigger picture. For example, you're watching a drama and you're in the drama. You might not able to see everything around you because you're playing the part and you're busy in playing your own part. But if you're sitting in the audience, then you can see the full picture. You can see everything, and even the person may not know on the stage, and you're telling him from the audience, look behind you, because you can see the full picture. And in the same way here, as we understand this drama cycle, we get to see the full picture. We get a perspective from all directions. And so we are playing our part, we're on the stage, but we're also in the audience, observing and watching. And so then we can find solutions which we did not know before. And the other thing is, it is only at this time in the confluence age we're able to take our minds and intellects beyond this drama and go to the soul world and watch the drama from there. It's only a perspective, really. And when you're watching from up above, again, you get a full picture, you get a full perspective of everything and anything. And so you're able to go beyond the emotional, sometimes the emotional bond or bondage. And you're able to see, because otherwise something happens and we get into that emotion and we're just stuck in that emotion and we can't see beyond that. But when we have the knowledge of the drama, then we're able to lift ourselves up. We're getting a full picture and we can see solutions that we didn't see before. And it's so important to understand what time we are in at this moment. Because, if you do gardening, or even if you have the knowledge of it, you know that there are seasons for everything. Seasons for planting, seasons for harvesting. And so what is the season of the drama we are in right now? Is that we are in the confluence age. And so this is the time to be able to accumulate whatever we want to accumulate, because we are accumulating for the whole cycle, accumulate everything what God is giving us at this time, what Baba is giving us at this time. We accumulate that more and more and more, and we are able to use that for the rest of the cycle. So everything, the connection, the relationship with Baba, everything we can only experience now in the confluence age. And so this is a drama that repeats again and again and again. So there is no really beginning or end. The question about what came first, the egg or the chicken? The famous question, the scientific question that they have. What is the answer? The answer is that it's eternal. So there isn't that something came first, it's eternal. So it happens eternally. It goes on and on and on. And this aspect of eternity, forever, when you say eternity, it's forever. And so this aspect of eternity I can understand when I experience myself as being eternal, because I, the soul, I'm eternal, I'm forever. And so once I start to experience myself as being eternal, as that being who's forever, and then I will start to see the drama as being eternal too, because there can be questions sometimes. And so this experience of being eternal, being forever, takes away all these questions. And also the understanding that this drama is of 5,000 years, and also it repeats identically. So this is why sometimes you can have deja vu experiences, right? Oh, this place seems familiar. The scene in the drama seems familiar. It's as though I have been before in the same scene. Now, these kind of experiences sometimes gives us hints, clues of how the drama is repeating identically, even though we don't remember, let alone remember the entire drama. We don't remember what happened even in our previous births, but it does repeat identically. Because when we come to the confluence age and when we see Baba, when we see Shiv Baba, the Supreme Being, we recognize that this is who we are, right? And so we recognize Baba, and so that means this has happened again. Okay. So any other questions? Ratika, you have any questions?
No, sister, I'm okay.
So we can have the tree now, brother. So we can explain the tree as well. So the other pictorial representation of drama is a tree, like this. So understanding in this way also helps us get another perspective. So Baba is the tree, is the seed. The seed is Shiv Baba, because he is aware of the entire drama. He knows. We forget everything as we come into the cycle. We forget who we are, we forget the drama, everything. But Baba always remembers. And that's why he's called Shiva, because one of the meaning of Shiva is the seed. So he's a seed of the human world tree, which means that he has the knowledge, he has the blueprint of the entire tree. He has the knowledge of the tree. And so Shiv Baba is the seed. And the trunk is one, isn't it? So you have the golden age and the silver age, and so everything is one here. And then you have, as time moves on, you have branches coming. So like how a tree grows. So there's a branch on the left, in the west, and then a branch in the east. So the branch in the west then has Abraham, and the branch in the east then is Buddha, and then again a branch in the west is Christ, and then there is Shankaracharya in the east, and then there is Muhammad in the west, and then Guru Nanak in the east, like this, left and right, left. So how a tree grows, and similarly, the world human tree also grows like this. But the interesting part is that the branches too then start to have sub-branches or twigs. And this is why every religion also, if you see, they start to also have divisions, right? So even within Christianity, you have Protestants, Catholics, Greek Orthodox, so many, hundreds and hundreds. And so in the same way, every religion also then starts to have division. And then it all starts with one message, but then the message gets diluted as time goes by and there's no strength left. And at the moment, you see, there is no deity religion at all, because as we lose our purity from Copper Age onwards, the deity religion dissolves. But the memorial is the temples. So deities existed, we divine human beings existed, we lived our lives. The one memorial that's still there that tells this are the temples, because that shows those deities. So but then there isn't that deity religion anymore. So it's like how a tree becomes completely decayed, then you see that the trunk becomes hollow. Have you seen that tree like that? And the branches, the sub-branches reach down to the roots, to get. And so that's the way we are at this moment. There is no deity religion. The trunk is hollow, and the tree is decayed. And so when Shiv Baba, the seed, appears again, the roots are the confluence age. And so the roots is where we are now, as we recognize Shiv Baba, we connect directly to the seed. You scroll down, brother. So that's the roots, right? So we souls are now sitting in the roots, connecting directly to Shiv Baba. So far, we've been connecting to others. We've been connecting to gurus, maybe, to other deities, the religious fathers, and then through them, perhaps trying to connect to God. But now, the roots have a direct connection with the seed. And as we have this direct connection, when we change, then the nutrients go from the roots to the rest of the tree. And so when we change, we are enabling the entire world to change. You know, when you water a tree or a plant, you water the roots, and then it reaches the entire tree. In the same way, now we connect to Shiv Baba, and as we change, as our mind and attitude and vibrations change, it's enabling the entire tree to change. So this understanding that every leaf, the leaf is a soul. So every leaf has its own place in the tree. We are not saying this leaf should be in this branch and this leaf should be in this branch. No, every leaf has its own place and has its own beauty of where the tree, in the tree it is. And so we accept that, and understanding and knowing the importance of the tree, we are able to help by connecting to Baba and to transform the tree into a completely new tree. So it's like as though we are planting saplings at this time for the new world. So here we have a phrase called as world transformation through self-transformation. So Baba enables us to transform so that we can have world transformation. So we are helping the world to transform by our own transformation. Okay. So you have any questions? Otherwise, we could have meditation. Radhika, you have any questions?
No, sister. Thank you.
Is this making sense to you?
Today, yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Today, yes.
So understanding drama makes us stable, makes the soul stable. And we can experience happiness without any questions of why, what. So karma and drama are the two lessons that helps us to experience freedom and also to be stable and be happy. Because then our questions of why, what, how, what next, you know, the fears and worries of the future or the past, it's all clear to us. Because then we know what we have to do. We take responsibility, and we also know what we have to do and what is coming. And so really this is the time, the confluence age, where we connect with Shiv Baba and start to become pure. And that will also help the world to transform. So we are now sitting in the roots of the tree, directly connecting to Baba. So experiment this whole week, playing your part and looking at others' parts, accepting their parts, and just enjoying the drama. When you don't have any questions and when you accept it, then you start to enjoy it. But if you have expectations and questions, then the drama becomes a little bit challenging and you stop enjoying it. So come sometimes sit in the audience and watch the drama. And sometimes play your part, play the hero part, you know. Because the part knows the the hero knows, even if he has to do a scene of crying, he knows that it's just a part he's playing. And he's happy about it. And so play your part, watch as an audience, observe, stay happy, be stable, and enjoy the drama. So shall we have a meditation now? So I'm going to play one of the things that commentaries that we sent this morning in the WhatsApp group.
Sit relaxed, let the mind be still, and let yourself step into your inner silence. I focus the energy of my thought, the center of my forehead. I, the point of light, a point of eternal peace. I go to my home, and in my home, I see, I feel the one who is the supreme source of life, the one who is eternally benevolent to all things. The one who is called the eternal truth, the eternal light. And as I come closer and closer, I begin to understand how this being is so pure and remains constantly positive, constantly true. The one who has the knowledge of this universe and of my life. The one who is the supreme source of truth. The one whose state of being knows no sorrow, nor gives any pain or sorrow to any other being. Being truth, the Supreme Being is in a constant state of freedom. And as I come closer and closer, I realize I too must become true. I'm inspired to become totally free, free of all selfish desire. Because in this state of freedom, I recall, I remember my original purity. To be pure is to be real. To be pure is to be natural. The pure is never violent, can never give pain or suffering. The pure maintains the law of life, and the law of life is love. The Supreme Being is the source of love, unconditional love. In essence, my original quality is also of selfless love, but I had forgotten it. But as I come closer to the source, I begin to remember and I begin to experience that pure love once again. This is the love that accepts me. And in this acceptance, I am nurtured, I am healed, my heart opens, my heart begins to trust and to believe in life. Love, the Supreme Source, is love. A love that forgives, a love that gives, a love that allows me to be myself, allows me to be what I truly am. A love that does not interfere or possess. A love that gives space and growth. And as I sit here in silence with you, the supreme benevolent energy, I absorb your rays of love deep into myself. And as I absorb, I am given the courage to change. I am given the faith to believe in myself once again. Your rays of spiritual love make me feel confident that transformation and growth will be achieved. Your love gives me peace. I am at peace with myself. I am in harmony with myself, and I am learning through your love to be in harmony with others. There is no conflict. There is no pain. I'm free. Love gives me the contentment of knowing my true self, but also knowing you, the benevolent one. You never forget who you are. I forget. I forget my value. I forget to respect myself. I forget that all things are within me eternally. Your love helps me to remember. In this link of life, in yoga, with you, I remember who I am. Let me remain in this remembrance of your purity and my original purity, your peace and my original peace, your love and my original love. You gently guide me back to myself. I have awoken. My consciousness is filled with positivity my attitude is renewed with love and with understanding. Love and understanding.
Om Shanti.